This video is how to get set up on the Crypto.com app and start trading crypto. So we're going to press create new account. From here, put your email address in and confirm that. They'll send you an email. We also will need a phone number as well, and also some form of ID. So either passport or ID card. They'll have to scan that, and then you can take a selfie of your face to make sure that it's you, so that they can confirm it's you trading on your account. So go ahead and do that. We'll press create new account. Now it's asking me to verify my identity. This is KYC, like I said. So you'll need a passport and ID card for wherever you live, and you have to show that to them, scan it and scan your face, agree and continue. It's going to ask me where I'm from and what I'm going to use as my ID. Once you've scanned the ID card, you'll then have to verify your face. So again, press start. Better on your phone, because then you can take a selfie, verify that it's you and it's the exact same person as the ID that you've just scanned. You'll have to wait a short period of time for them to analyze those documents, so your KYC details and your images. Once they've done that, they'll actually let you into the account and you can start trading. This is how to deposit money to Crypto.com and start trading. We need to set up our fiat currency account. So down at the bottom it says accounts, you can click that. Also in the top left, you can see the hamburger menu here. If you click that, it says crypto wallet and fiat wallet. We want to set up our fiat currency wallet. So we're going to click that. And then from here, it's going to give you the options for your region. You may have multiple currency options, so you can set up different currency accounts if you want. For me, it's just got USD, so that's the one I can set up. Now, when we set this up, it's going to make sure to confirm our address, and that has to be all of the same that you've got on your KYC details. You would have done KYC when you set up the app with your ID card. All of the address and name details have to be the same, otherwise they're going to deny it. These are just the rules with fiat currency. So we're going to set up a new currency. For me, it's only got the US dollar option, so I'm going to click that. And then it says, do you want to open this wallet? You have to accept the terms and press continue. Now from here, it may take you through to confirming your address. It depends what region that you're in and how they're going to check that. So I'll go through this process if it's asking you to check the extra details. You can see right here, it says we're just a few steps away. I need to verify my identity. I need to verify my address. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And as you can see here, it says these are the acceptable documents: water bill, gas bill, something other that contains your name, maybe a bank statement. So go ahead and get that. And then it says, let's verify your address. We're going to go through and accept that. Yep, we're going to do a utility bill. So I'm going to upload that. You can see you can either take a photo or upload. I've got the document, submit the document, and that's it. It says verification pending. So once they've confirmed that, then they actually open the account for you. These are just the rules with fiat currency. You're going to have to confirm all of these details with them before actually setting up the account. By the power of editing, I've cut out the time it took to create the USD account and then actually send in some money. So you can see that, and I'll show you the exact process. So if you're brand new, it should say down here, once you have your fiat account set up, make your first deposit. If you can't see that, then you can just go to the transfer button as well in your fiat wallet. So I press transfer here, and then it says deposit. Which currency do you want to deposit? In some countries you may have multiple, so I'll click USD for me. And then these are the banking details. So when you're sending a transfer from your bank or your fintech app, you need the currency, of course, and it needs to be from the same name as your Crypto.com account. So whatever name that you have in your Crypto.com account with your ID, that has to be exactly the same on the bank side. So send in only from your bank, no one else's. Your bank to your Crypto.com account has to be the same name. Now from there, you can just see the banking details right here. So again, in my country, there's an IBAN, and I checked with Crypto.com. This IBAN seems to be unique to my account. So it's a unique bank account, a USD bank account for my Crypto.com fiat currency wallet. In some countries and in other crypto apps, some of them have omnibus accounts, which is just one large bank account. And then you have to give a payment reference when you send your payment to alert them of that that's your payment for your account. For me, I didn't need that, and I didn't need a payment reference at all. And so I just put my name as the payment reference. But this IBAN may be unique to you as well. So you don't require a payment reference if Crypto.com aren't asking for one. But these are bank details. Go to your bank, send the bank transfer, and that's it. And it goes into your Crypto.com fiat currency account. As you can see, I got an email when it was processed. They processed the deposit, and then for right here, they deposited that into my account. So I've got 200 USD into my account, and you can see that there. So that is the process. Once you've got your bank account details, it's literally just sending a banking transfer from your bank to the other bank. Your name has to be the same, and you have to make sure that the account number is correct. And if they require a payment reference, you have to put that in as well. Once we've got some money on Crypto.com, we can now use that to buy some cryptocurrency. Now, remember, if you are new to Crypto.com and you are buying crypto, they can give you a bonus depending on how much you buy. So what you can do, even if you've got an account already, go to home and then go to the top left and then switch down to settings, and then go to add referral code. So even if you've got an account already, and I'll leave the referral code below, if you are buying a certain amount of crypto, you can get the bonuses. That may change over time, but in any case, you might want to do that if you're buying anyway. You get a small, referral or a bonus in CRO, I think it is. In any case, we're going to go back into our fiat wallet now, and we're going to go ahead and buy crypto. So press buy crypto here, then choose the crypto that you want to buy. So I'll choose some Bitcoin. Now, Crypto.com, the application right here, do not give us any details about the trading fees that they charge on top of the exchange rate that they give us. And so what they're actually doing is selling us Bitcoin at a slightly higher price than the Bitcoin is actually trading at in the market, and that's how they make their trading fee. So it's not a trading fee on top, it's essentially a higher price for BTC. Well, we can work out how much they're actually making on this. So I'm gonna go 1 BTC here, and you can see that on Crypto.com, if I wanted to buy 1 Bitcoin, the price is 64,500. Now I'm gonna go over to Binance, and they do things differently. They essentially let the market trade the real price of Bitcoin, and then they just charge you a commission percentage on top. Binance charge 0.075%, 7.5 basis points as a trading fee on top of the market. You can see that on Binance, it's trading at 63,500. On Crypto.com, it's trading at 64,500. So they're making $1,000 markup on the amount that we're trading. I worked it out to be maybe 1.5%, something like that. So it's quite a big difference in terms of the trading fee. On something like Binance or Bybit, you're getting charged under 10 basis points. And on Crypto.com, it's 1.5%. It's a big difference. So if you don't mind doing that and paying that fee, then you can go ahead and buy right here. All you have to do now you've got some USD in your wallet is choose an amount. So I'm going to buy $100 worth, press buy BTC. That debits your USD and it credits you with the amount of Bitcoin. You paid 1.5% in fees, as we've seen. There's another way, if you don't want to do that and don't want to pay those fees. You've basically got two ways. The first one is to just deposit to the Crypto.com exchange app. That's a different application. It's a more professional application. You can go into that with your account details from the Crypto.com app. You have to download the exchange app. It's a different application. So I'll leave tutorials on that if I make them down in the description below. That will be lower trading fees and a more professional experience. The other option is to simply use Crypto.com as a fiat currency on-ramp, change your fiat into a stable coin like USDC or USDT, and then just withdraw that from the platform over to another exchange that gives you cheaper trading fees like Bybit or Binance. So what we can do, actually, I'm going to go back and I'm going to type USDT or USD, and we're going to find the stable coins that are supported on Crypto.com. 3 stable coins: Tether, USD Coin, and PayPal USD. Now you can see the exchange rates here. So, or for Tether, if we're changing USD into USDT, the stablecoin, they're charging us 1.015. That comes out at 1.5%. So we're still getting charged 1.5% as a trading fee if we want to swap dollars into Tether. If you want to swap it into USD coin, they're charging us much less, right? 0.5%. You can see 1.005. Right, so essentially 0.5% their trading fee is, because you're swapping $1 into another dollar. So you're buying 1 USD coin and you're having to pay $1.005 for each USD coin that you get. PayPal USD is the cheapest here, 1.0027. Still a trading fee here, but you can buy that if you want. Now, PayPal USD isn't supported in a lot of exchanges, although I know Bybit use it, so you can actually buy PayPal USD, withdraw it over the Ethereum network, send it into an exchange where you get cheaper trading fees. It's up to you, but this would be a way. So if we press USD coin here, and what I'm going to do is choose an amount, so $100. You can see that if I buy USDC, $100 of USDC, it's going to cost me actually $100.66. So that 66 cents is a trading fee that's going to Crypto.com, but we have successfully traded fiat currency USD into a stablecoin. Now, once you've got that stablecoin, you can withdraw it anywhere that you want, trade on a cheaper exchange or whatever, or just buy crypto on the Crypto.com app. Everything's up to you. Hopefully that explains the trading fees and some of the ways that you can reduce them when you're trading crypto on the Crypto.com app. Now we'll look at withdrawing crypto. So if you have bought some and you want to send it to another crypto exchange or to your own wallet, we can go ahead and do that. I'm going to go to crypto wallet, and it's going to give you a list of the assets that you have. I'm going to search for USDC. So let's say I've bought some USDC and I actually want to switch that out to another exchange. USD coin, I'm going to click that. And what we need to do is press transfer here. We're going to withdraw. and it says, where do you want to send it? Now, like I said, crypto.com exchange, if you want cheaper trading fees there and a more professional experience, you can set that one up as well. And you can actually send it over to the crypto.com exchange, or you can send it to a different exchange or your own wallet by pressing external wallet. And then it says wallet address. So we're going to add wallet address, and it says which network do you want to add. So I'm going to go over and choose a network. Now, if you're withdrawing stablecoins, Ethereum is supported everywhere, but it's slightly more expensive. You may want to choose one of the cheaper networks, maybe Solana or Optimism, or you can see Polygon here, right? There are absolutely loads of them. So wherever you're sending it, just make sure that the other exchange accepts that. So what I'm going to do is go over to my Binance account. From here, I'm going to choose USDC, and I'm going to press deposit, and I'm going to get my deposit address. Now, we can see here that many different networks are supported. So let's just try base. And that's my base address. So I'm going to copy that and go back to crypto.com. From here, I have to set up the base address. So let's see if we can find base. I think it's right here. Press base like this. And then the wallet address, I'm just going to paste that in. Using the base network is cheaper than Ethereum. Base is a layer 2. This is Coinbase's network. So what we can do is use that network to send the USDC from our crypto.com account to our Binance account, because the base network is supported on both ends. You could see Binance supports it and crypto.com supports it. This is my base address. I'm going to call this USDC. I've actually got my passkeys here to just go ahead and add that. That address is now added to my account. So if you want to draw USDC and you've got some, press withdraw, and it's going to ask you how much you actually want to withdraw, and press withdraw. So if you've got the USDC in your crypto.com account, that will be debited and it will go over to the address that you've put in right here, either another exchange or your own wallet. That will be sent over the base network. If you are new to using blockchains, especially your own wallets, I would watch some videos down in the description that I'll leave on sending assets around using blockchains, and also making sure that you're sending on the correct networks to your own wallets, because you don't want them on a different network than you thought. So watch those videos below if you are brand new. But from here, we're going to look at withdrawing fiat currency from the platform as well. So if you have a cryptocurrency that you want to withdraw, go to your fiat wallet and press sell crypto in the middle. It takes you through to the same page as before. Then you sell that crypto to the fiat currency that's allowed, so USD in my case. Yes, you will pay a trading fee there as well. Once you've done that and you've got fiat currency in your wallet, what we can do is go ahead and withdraw that. So if you're buying and selling on a different platform, you need to switch into a stable coin there, make a deposit from that platform into the crypto.com app via USDC, because that has the cheaper trading fees. Then you can sell USDC to dollars, pay a small trading fee there, and then we can actually withdraw once you've got the dollars in your account. So we're going to press transfer again. We're going to press withdraw, and we're going to press USD, and it's just going to give me the deposit details. I'm going to press got it like this, and you can see choose bank account. This is the bank account that I use to send money in. So if you haven't done that before and you haven't sent money into the platform, you may have to actually make a deposit first to show that you control that bank account and that it's yours and they can link the names. Once you've done that and actually done that deposit, then you can actually withdraw. This is the bank account that I use to deposit. So all of the details are correct. Just press this one. It's going to make sure that the details are correct. I'm going to press continue, and it's going to say how much USD do you actually want us to send. You can press that, press withdraw. That's a banking system transfer. So there may be some fees taking out of that as well, but that will come into the account that you used and set up with crypto.com. Make sure to get your bonuses to crypto.com if you are new. I'll link those all down in the description. I'm James, this is Money G. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.